camera mounted out on the hood, and I just wanted to see how that magnetic thing holds. And with it out front of me like that, if it does fall off, I'll be able to see it. So what we're doing now is we have a dead rabbit over here that somebody who's sitting next to me here has been getting into, and I need to get rid of it. So we are going to put the bucket on the tractor and then go scoop that up and bring it way up the road where she can't get to it, and we will dump it over a bank somewhere. Because last night at midnight she wanted to go outside and she cried like she was really having to go to the bathroom, even though I was 98% sure she was fine, because she went poop and pee right before we went to bed. But she rings the, we have bells hanging on the doorknob, and she rings those bells when it's time to go out. And what the heck's this? Somebody was in here with a vehicle. Yeah, I see some tire tracks here. But anyways, so she finally gave up ringing the bells, and she came in, she sat on the bed, and she started whining on the bed, which she never does. So I thought, my goodness, if that poor dog really does need to go to the bathroom. I really don't want her to suffer. So we got dressed, and I told my wife that if she really does need to go that bad, she will be going to the bathroom immediately as soon as we let her outside. And she didn't. Let's lock this down. She ran right down to the edge of the road where the rabbit was. The little stinker. And we had to stimulate her to get her to come back. Okay, honey, so go sit down there. Good girl. I think we've got some nice warm air coming. Let's see. How do I have that? It's not straight, is it? Let's play around with that mount a little bit more. Climb up there and see exactly what that camera's seeing. I really should put my phone up so I can see it inside the cab. Doesn't really look bad. Let's tighten this up a little bit. I mean, it's off center a little bit because there's a little protrusion on the hood that goes all the way down the hood, so the magnet doesn't have a flat spot to sit. Okay, hon. Good girl. Let's go get that rabbit. This will be a unique video, huh, Maisy? Scooping up dead rabbits and going up the road to dump them. I see that she dragged the rabbit out into the road, was in that ditch, so I kind of wanted to scoop up some of the dirt. Yeah, I can see its hair in the snow too, but there, hopefully we got most of the blood and everything. That's the next project. We are going to replumb the stick on the Volvo, and what that's going to do is it's going to make it a lot easier to I'll be able to use the thumb with the Flail mower, which was a goal of mine. When I bought the Flail mower, I bought the thumb saddle with it, which was like $600–700, so I wanted to make sure I could use it. And the way that the stick was plumbed before, I couldn't. And so I went to the dealer. So I went to the dealer to see about having them plumb that up so that I could use both, and they wanted $4,000, almost $900 to do that. So I gave it a lot of thought on how else it could be done, and came up with an idea. So I called, there's a local hydraulics repair shop. It's not really local, it's in Burlington, about 45 minutes from here. Actually in Williston. It's BT, B like boy, T like Tom, hydraulics. And man, that's a knowledgeable group they got down there. Ben was the guy I talked to, and I told him what I was thinking about doing, and he said, oh yeah, we've got everything you would need for that. So I drew up a schematic, took some pictures of the stick on the machine, kind of in my head, thought how this is all going to work, brought it all down to him, and after about 20 minutes, he had all the parts I needed on the counter, and we went through it to make sure that it looked right. And so we're going to give it a whirl. I'm going to try and plumb it up. So what we're going to do today, though, is I'm just going to plumb up the stick to use the thumb. Obviously I'm not going to be doing any mowing, so I'm going to try and get us in a position here where I can film right from the tractor if possible, because then I can put the camera right out on the bucket. Yeah, that'll work slick. That will work slick. So this is going to get changed out. So what we're going to do is I'm going to run the thumb on this X3 flow, which is X3 is low flow, X1 is high flow. So I need the high flow for the mower. So rather than putting a diverter system, a diverter valve and stuff up here in a stick, or like Volvo was going to do, was in the cab and run all new plumbing out here, which was crazy expensive. I got some adapters where we're going to run both of the X3 hydraulics to the thumb. So we're replacing this fitting in an adapter, and then the other thumb fitting's right on the other side with an adapter. So these will be going there, and these will be coming over here. And you can't see this side, but real similar, slightly different setup. But on this side, this is the return line, and it's a much larger diameter because the pressure side if there's any resistance and stuff in it, it'll force the flow by it and feed the mower well. But on the way back from the mower back to the tank and the valving and so on, they have a larger diameter so that it doesn't add any restriction. You get maximum flow to your mower. So let's see, I need a couple wrenches. We're getting a bunch of fluid leaking out, but I think I'm gonna, which I expected, but I'm gonna just kind of prop this back up. Should minimize how much fluid we lose. Boy, that's a big fitting for this. It's craziness, actually. Why they ever, I don't know why they put X1 on here. Oh boy. Okay, now that fitting needs to come out of the thumb. Let me get the replacement fittings. Those are in the tractor. Maisy, you don't want to stay down here? Huh? That wind's picking up. She's probably getting cold. Poor thing. Maisy, you want to come down here? Okay, so the larger diameter. Jeez, oh yeah, no, we got it right. This is the one that's gonna go in. Oh wait, that's the bulkhead. Never mind. I think this is the one that's going in here. Double check this. Yes, ma'am. Okay. God, I hope it doesn't leak. Okay, so yeah, so that one's going in here. This is the one that came out of there. That came out of there. So let's tighten that up. Okay, that's tight. All right, so now this small X3 line is going to get rerouted. It's going to be really interesting to see how this works. The thumb's gonna run a lot slower, but I like the thumb running slow. Oh, this thing's draining. I like the thumb running slow. I've got it turned way down speed-wise. I don't like that that's rubbing there. Okay, let's see, the larger fitting is right here. So that's going on here. I just need to put this on so I can plug it. No, I need to put it through this hole, and then we'll plug it. I'm losing a bunch of fluid out of there, but I don't see another way. Okay, that. I'm putting a plug on the bottom because I'm not going to hook up anything to it right now. And then this big line hooks to here. Maisy, you down here? Okay, let's see. Unfortunately, I think I need to do this without gloves. Ooh, that's not going to be big enough. Okay, let's see. What do we got here? There you are. Okay, this side's done. Maximum 2,500 PSI. Ooh, I don't know what that. I don't know. All right, now we got to do this side, which on this side, we're just doing a straight swap. And I've had this disconnected already, so once when I was taking all my measurements. So I think, it's gonna leak too, but I'm gonna flip it up. That's going up here for now. Then we need to remove this big old honker from the thumb, which oh, that's cold on the fingers, son of a. Beep that out. I can't get it out. Phew. Oh, I might have to get some gloves. Son of a gun. So this one's getting replaced. With this one. Okay. Let's get that in there. Let's see here. That needs to face up. So what happens when I tighten this? I need to move this up. Like so. I think. Will that fit on here? Yes. There, that's that. Now this is going to pop off. And then we swap this one over. My fingers. This steel's got to be like 10 below zero from last night still. Oh, they're numb, absolutely numb. I'm gonna have to get those gloves on pretty soon. Okay. My hands are all hydraulic fluid, but I just can't. My fingers, they're getting frostbit already. So I have to, I'm just gonna wipe them off and get them gloves on, which now the gloves are frozen. All right. Now the last thing is I just need to put that through the new bulkhead and cap it, because I'm not going to use the tilt bucket for a while. It's pretty much going to be logging and digging bucket for the winter. Oh, are these gloves, do they even feel good? Son of a gun, it's cold. This weather has got to break. I just can't believe how cold it's been. All right, so a couple things, I guess. If I remember right, if I just loosen this, let's see, that way. Okay, so I won't have these threaded couplers on here for the winter. They'll go back on when I need to put the tilt bucket back on. And when I do that, I have actually some larger couplers that I'm going to use, because the tilt bucket's going to be sharing the high flow with the mower. So let's put this back in here as well. Here's my other bulkhead fitting. And it's got a cap on it already, like that one. But let's see. How did I do this side? I want the longer threads at the bottom. So this is going to go like this now. Oh, wait a minute. Oh. This needs to hold. And it's slightly larger, so I have to use this hole instead of the other hole. Let's just put this on just so that nothing gets in there for now. And then we gotta tighten these up. There. And then let's tighten this up. This is purely a plug so that it doesn't leak. There, that's tight. Okay, this cap comes off. And then this is gonna hook to here. That looks good. wind. Oh, you're brutal. You're killing me. This might be the coldest day I've been out here working yet. Poor guys up in the sugar woods. I think they're just working in one of the sap containers today, thankfully, because one, it's too cold to tap. When it's this cold, tapping the trees, it's not good for the trees. It's not good for anybody. But okay. Let's do this. That's good and tight. I think everything's tight. So, next thing, we can try and start the excavator. I'll have to play around a little bit with some settings because we just massively changed the flow going to the thumb, which is fine. But okay, getting things warmed up. I just had to come back to the house and grab a battery because the other one died, which I'm not surprised. It was outside and it's brutally cold today. I don't even know why I'm out here. I got the garage doors closed up, but I guess a lot of it is I got my new media mod for the GoPro, and I have those magnetic latch mounts now too, which almost looks like one of them's not connected tight, but it seems rugged. So I wanted to try that. So I've got some magnetic mounts. So I've got the magnet on the frame of the cab, and then I have the media mod hooked to that, or I got the media mod with the camera in it, but I don't have the little ears flipped down. I'm using those magnetic latches instead. So the magnetic latch is staying on this magnetic mount, and the camera just pops on and off. And the reason I got those, and the reason I wasn't using the media mod before, I was using that old case with the adapter for audio, and it was terrible. It was a bad setup. But now that they have those magnetic latch mounts, I can mount the media mod onto this magnetic mount without flipping the two little ears down. Now I have a GoPro 11, so the GoPro 11 didn't come with the ears that flip down and the magnetic mount, but I purchased the little ears that flip down and everything for a GoPro Hero 11 or 13 black, and that fits on the 11. So now when I change the battery with the media mod, I no longer have to take the entire setup apart to get the battery out. Now all I have to do is, look at this simple, I can just squeeze these two things together, the camera comes off. There you can see the mount. It's the magnet here up against the frame, and then it has this dual ball mount that tightens down. And then here's this, the magnetic and clip mount. So you can just pop the camera on and off and switch it from one mount to the next now without having to do any thumb screws. And what's cool too is I can just leave, I can leave these all set just the way I want them for future use. And all I gotta do is pop the camera on and off and not worry about it. So yeah, so this pops off that now. I can open the media mod, slide the battery out, slide a new battery in, And it's a really, really nice setup now. So this just, whoop, that just snaps back into place like that. I'm still new at it, so I'm double checking before I just let it go, but there it goes. So pretty happy about that. That's a nice setup. I have the excavator warming up. Let me see if by loosening this, if I can get that to swivel all the way around. So you can see that. Not quite, but I can do this. Well, it's not quite. Ooh, boy, that magnet is strong too, son of a gun. I think if I do it on this side, it might be better. Yeah, that's better. Yeah, that's a nice angle there. Tighten that up. So the excavator's warming up, and I already tried the thumb. So with the plumbing that we switched around, the X3, which is the lower flow circuit, is now running the thumb. And with the high flow running the thumb, I had to turn the speed way down. So with it now on the lower flow, which it's about 10, the high flow is 20 gallons per minute on this machine. And the X3 is about half of that, somewhere around 10. So when I switched it over and started running the thumb using the X3, it was a little slow, but I can adjust that. So I opened the speed back up, and now it's wide open, and it's right about where I want it. So that was good. So the next thing I got to check is I got to make sure that the pressures are okay, because when you close the thumb and then curl the bucket up against the thumb, let's say I'm going to grab something, you want the bucket to slightly overpower the thumb. So I need to make sure that that's happening, because if the thumb won't let the bucket push it back, like put it into like a pressure overload almost, you can potentially bend the cylinder on that thumb, which obviously that is something we want to avoid at all costs. So I'm going to have to be careful. I think once that machine's warmed up good, I'm going to go over and I'm going to grab one of the logs, and then I'm going to really carefully try to roll that thumb back using the bucket force and make sure that that is the case. I'm guessing it's probably okay. Hopefully I have the same amount of clamping force. I'm not sure if that's the case or not. It'll be interesting to see. I guess the other thing I could do is I could read up on the pressures. I know the flow is about half on X3 as it was on X1, but I don't know about the pressures. I suppose I could maybe look that up. I'm not sure if that's in the operator manual or not. I might need a service manual, or maybe I'll give Volvo a call. But that's probably warming up pretty good. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab the camera. I'm going to take you along into the excavator, and we'll test out the pressures on that thumb. And Maisy, you're going to stay in here where it's nice and warm. And I'm going to make sure these tracks aren't stuck. Run these tracks back and forth a little bit. Let's see how this works. Something that's going to take a while to get used to is that I'm used to running my thumb with the rocker switch on the right. stick, where since I changed that, all right, well, I'm still able to grab that. So let's bring this over here and see if I can overcome that. Yeah, I'm not quite able to overcome that. As a matter of fact, the thumb, I just was overcoming the bucket a little bit. Yeah, that's only using the thumb, and it's overcoming the bucket. That's not good. And I'm not able to overcome the thumb this direction. Open and close. I think I need to go into the menu and change the direction. Well, it overcame it in the beginning. So that's just using the bucket, but once it gets to about here, it loses the mechanical advantage, so I have to like crack the thumb a little bit. The thumb overpowers the bucket in that direction. I'm not sure that's supposed to do that. I don't see an issue with the thumb at the cylinder. So now this is open and that's closed. Yeah, I think I like that better. Close to the left, open. Whoa. I don't know. I think it'll be all right. I might bounce that off Zach, see what he thinks. Back. Okay. The boom swing speed's good. I like that. I think I'm going to move this over here and out of the way. Although it stays shady over there, maybe if I do this. I'm going to put this over here so that I want this to get maximum sunlight. I like it. That's going to work. All right. I think that's it for excavator work today. Yeah, so I'm gonna leave it like this for the winter. In the spring, when it's time to put the tilt bucket back on and the mower, I'll have to revisit the high flow lines, because that tilt bucket's going to want to tilt very, very fast with that, and with that higher flow. I should be able to slow it down enough. The other thing I might ask Volvo is if I can somehow, either in the computer, which I haven't seen a way to do that yet, but maybe there's a way for them on a circuit board or motherboard somewhere where they can swap the connection so that my thumb is still on my right stick. I think that'll be a good question to ask them. All right, well, my camera gear is working good. My remote shutter, I keep that on my wrist so that no matter where the camera is, inside or outside, I can start and stop the camera from my wrist using this button. Okay, back in the tractor. I'm gonna take the bucket back off. All right, let's get this unhooked. Good girl. Okay, drop this back up on the trailer. Okay, lock that back down. Okay, got that done. Let's spin this around. Maisy. Come here, hon. Ah, that girl. Come up here on Daddy's lap. That's a girl. Good girl. You're on the camera. You're on the camera now. And you can stay up here if you want. I think she's a little nervous. There we go. There we go. You're getting nervous, honey. You getting nervous? It's okay. It's okay. You're a good girl. You hang out with Dad all the time, don't you? Yes, you do. You want to get back down in your spot, or you want to stay up here? There we go. I'll tell you what's impressive is now that I have these chains on, I never run this thing in four-wheel drive anymore, which will cut down on the wear big time on the tires. I need to open that door first. And then we'll back it back in. Should probably clean up these fittings. Oops. Yeah, so I can open that one and close that one. Need to get another remote for the garage door, so I don't have to keep playing around with which openers and what vehicle. Hey, girl. All right, let's get this back inside. Okay, we're done, I think, for today, Maisy. See you, folks.